With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
War Eagle, and welcome to another edition of Ever the Podcast, our somewhat regular get-together with you in audio format here at E2C Network, where we share the Auburn experience, which is all about Auburn sports, Auburn culture, and Auburn family stuff. If it's orange and blue, it's what we do. Thank you so much for what we're going to be doing today on episode 39 of Ever the Podcast. Today's date is July 18th, 2025. And we are excited to bring you the latest Auburn news, scuttlebutt discussions, the latest stuff out there right now that you should be aware of in the Auburn space. We're going to hit some Auburn good news and bad news. I know some of you have been waiting for me to talk about that most likely. We're also going to talk about an accomplishment for a former Auburn athlete that was on the pretty big stage as well. And then a variety of other news that we're going to try to round you out because guess what? I missed yesterday for the only reason that I was sick. I literally sat down to come do episode 39 and boy, it hit me like no other. So my apologies for missing yesterday. We missed 2 days this week, once for SEC Media Days on Tuesday and now Thursday because I just unfortunately was sick. But we're here today, so let's catch up on all the things that you need to be talking about and aware of in the Auburn space. We're going to start off with some really good news, some exciting news. I know this gets the recruiting junkies all jazzed up. Brand new commitment for Auburn football 2026 class. We have an offensive tackle, most likely, but you can just think of him as an offensive lineman. Wilson Zaire. Yes, you are correct in your assumptions. That is the little brother, probably not little, I shouldn't say that, the brother, the younger brother of Killian Zaire, former offensive lineman and offensive tackle for Auburn football. You know how much I love Auburn family ties, and this just gets me jazzed up right here. When we see family members coming to be part of the Auburn family together, well, together or following suit, because we've got like the Falks right now who are here together. You've got Marcus Harris who was here, and then his brother Malik Blockton who followed him. They didn't get to play together, and this will be the same case here. But I just love those family ties. It builds into the Auburn family aspect of it. And then more importantly, for the recruiting purposes of this, is continues to build some momentum that some assumed was lost forever, given their overreaction about some things for Auburn football and recruiting for the 2026 class. Once again, if you overreact about stars and rankings that don't matter as much as you think they do, then you're going to probably get a little bit overwhelmed at times in that. I know I probably just made some people angry with that statement, but once you think about it and chew that around a little bit, you'll realize I'm telling you the truth. So we're excited to have him as part of the family, part of the class, and certainly that brings you to 3 offensive linemen in the class in terms of building the next wave of guys. Always got to have that depth there. If you want some more facts on him and some topics, we've got our video out right now that you'll probably find interesting on YouTube, the quick facts and for what it means for Hugh Freeze and the Auburn Tigers. Now, let's talk about the bad news. And I know this is probably the thing that a lot of you wanted me to talk about yesterday, and whether it was on a live stream that we do from time to time on TikTok or here, that was the bad news that we got. I believe it was Wednesday evening, but it actually occurred like earlier in the day, Wednesday. Yes, the reports are true based off the reports and the mugshot that I saw that Malcolm Simmons, wide receiver and likely starting wide receiver, was arrested on charges of domestic violence. And there are some further details in that you can go look up for yourself. Unfortunately, that appears to be true. That appears to be something that he's at least accused of. And as is typically the case, there's a lot of over-posturing, overreacting to these things right as soon as they happen. Certainly, it is horrific that somebody would even be involved in this situation, whether it is true or not. We always need to approach these situations innocent until proven guilty. But certainly, if this is true, there are consequences that need to be handed out to Malcolm. But we don't know that yet for certain. One of the reasons I called a caution flag on this, because this was breaking during Auburn Family Night, literally minutes after, or right as the time we went live. And that's ironic. I tell people, come to Auburn Family Night and news will break, good or bad, and it does. So Malcolm Simmons obviously has to work through whatever is going to go on there. There are a lot of people making statements about how horrible of a person he was without actually waiting to see what transpires from this. He is no longer listed on the Lee County Registry or whatever that it appeared online. Now, there are people debating whether or not that's because once you post bail, you get taken off, or because maybe something is still being figured out and worked out. I don't know the facts. All I know is as of this moment, me sitting right here in front of a microphone at this time, it's 12:38 p.m. to give you a perspective of when I try to record this thing normally for you guys. Nothing's been done for him as far as the team. They're addressing it. They're looking into it. They have addressed it in terms of they are getting their facts before they make decisions about what needs to be done. So my best advice for you is this. If you're a person of faith, pray for Malcolm. Pray for the people that are involved in this. We don't know the other people involved in this. And to pray that this comes to a resolution that is the right and the just solution. But also, let's pray that people start making better decisions, and the people that we surround ourselves with. I think that's the most direct thing that you can take away from this. You need to be careful of the people that you're surrounding yourself with, whether it's the person in this situation that perpetrated the act or someone who's being accused of something maybe wrongly. We don't know yet. Innocent until proven guilty. It is unfortunate if it is true, and there are consequences that need to be handed out in that situation. For now, we'll rest on that. I know some of you wanted me to at least address that. I hope I did it justice. And if there's anything I'm missing in the story there, certainly y'all can inform me on that. All right, let's switch gears, something a little bit lighter here, happier note. Auburn people on the big stage, meaning post-Auburn, we love to see it, whether it's talking about people playing semi-pro, the pros, or just getting recognition. We love following like Charles on the inside the NBA stuff. But Miss Suni Lee is quite the celebrity these days after her second run in the Olympics. And, of course, she's always been a celebrity for us at Auburn. But you'll remember that she had quite this disappointing end to her time at Auburn, and what nearly kept her from being a part of the team, or at least gave her some challenges she had to work through for the Olympic team. She had what I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, a renal issue, meaning a urinary tract issue, kidneys. Let's just go kidneys. How about that? Come on, Kyle. That was affecting her greatly. In fact, it kept her from competing in her last meets. My mom and I she's a big gymnastics fan, tried to go see her last meet, and we went, but she wasn't able to compete. She was there supporting her team, being a good teammate, but she wasn't able to compete. And she certainly did look like something was going on just from afar and things like that. And so we were very concerned about her at the time when she announced what was going on publicly. She credited her doctor. But here's the reason I'm bringing this up. The good note behind this. At the ESPYs, Auburn got a chance to be showcased through their people, namely for Suni's benefit. But, of course, we always attach ourselves to her. She won the best comeback athlete for the ESPY and the ESPYs Awards. And that was because of her performance of coming from that disease and learning how to deal, manage, treat that. And that's credit to her doctor, just like she said the other day, but also going on to win Olympic gold after the fact of that. We knew she was capable of it, but can you do it after you're dealing with those type of medical issues just physically? And yes, she was able to. And yes, she is quite the comeback story and worthy of that ESPY award. So a great accomplishment for her. Another great thing to talk about in the Auburn space in terms of people who have been here previously. Let me give you some news for you Auburn fans. If you're an Under Armour fan or not, you probably can appreciate a big sale. They are clearing house. Auburn Athletics has announced a athletics surplus sale. They are going to be selling shoes, shirts, shorts, more, straight from the team room, August 2nd, 1 to 6 p.m. Central Time at the Athletics Complex indoor facility. Now, I have been told by people in the know that these type of events are very, very heavily attended and very energized with people wanting to buy these deals and get these official team gear that's no longer in use. So if you want to be part of this, you might want to go ahead and set your calendar to be there early. 1 to 6, August 2nd at the Athletics Complex indoor facility. The Auburn Athletics surplus store, obviously getting rid of some of that old gear, namely the Under Armour gear as they switch to Nike. And as a final note, I want to remind you as you move into your weekend, War Ready plays tonight. Hopefully you've heard me before that. If you haven't, they probably already played by now and you know the result, win or loss. We're going to support these guys. There's a ton of Auburn guys on this list. Katie Johnson doesn't look like he's going to play. That's some news that's breaking right now. There's just not really a reason given other than personal reasons for that, which is a big disappointment. But Wendell Green has done such a great job in the War Ready uniform and representing the Auburn alumni. You've got others like Yaheem Hudson, Babatunde Akingbola, Antoine Mason, LaRon Smith, plenty of others in there, and then others that will be mixed in the team. They are playing X-rated, because it sounds bad if you don't say it that way in the way it's spelled. FS1, 7 p.m. Eastern time tonight. You can watch them, support them. If they move on to the next round, just be paying attention for the updates on the schedule for that. And hopefully we'll have some good updates for you when we get back together next week on Ever to Podcast. Thank you so much for being here on episode 39 and letting me take the day off while I was sick. I do always enjoy catching up with you all in this audio format. As always, we want to hear from you. Follow us on social media and hit us up on a DM there if you want to talk to us about anything, suggest a topic, just bring a story to the show. We might consider doing that, or you can email us, e2cnetwork@gmail.com. As always, we appreciate you being here and being part of our little family within the Auburn family. Until we talk to you again, War Eagle.